Your voice isn't just sound, it's frequency, it's energy, it's a code. Every time you silence yourself, you shut down the flow of your own wealth. Every time you dilute your truth, you leak energy. Every time you speak what you truly feel without apology, you recalibrate your entire field. The reason you feel stuck isn't because you don't have a strategy. It's because your voice has been trapped under rules, roles, and repression. Your voice is the portal to your next client, to your next opportunity, to the next version of you. When you stop whispering for your truth and start speaking from your wealth, things change. Hello everyone, my name is Lalini. I am a quantum healing expert. Thank you so much for joining me today. So we're going to be talking about truth. We're going to be talking about voice. We're going to be talking about your heart portal. Everything in our body is a complete reflection of how we view the world outside, right? When you're in something, how can you see what the end result is if you are battling with the same energy, right? So we're talking about wealth codes. We're talking about frequency. We're talking about being into the body. You know, when I work with my clients, I find that we can be so focused on the outside world that we completely forget that maybe that traffic light, or maybe that car accident, or maybe this person or that person or whoever it is getting on whatever it is coming from within. We are the complete projective space of what we see outside of us. So when we seek to blame, or we seek to victimize, or we seek to, fix the problem with what's in front of us instead of what's within us, it changes the scenario, it changes the frequency, and you start vibrating somewhere else that has nothing to do with you. So how do we bring that to a full coherence so you start bringing in all of these codes? Well, really all it is alignment. Alignment in resonance, coherence in frequency. When we understand coherence and frequency, coherence is being in alignment with that. So how do I know with what I'm aligned with and what I'm not aligned with? You don't know what you don't know. And society does its best to make sure that we don't know what we don't know. So if I was to tell you that, simple basic exercises of like working with your stomach, working with your heart, working with your throat, like almost like we're talking to a child, like how do I feel today? What do I want to express today? What is it that is within me that I have to get out today? Right? I work on so many clientele right now that are experiencing a lot of back pain. They're experiencing a lot of neck pain, shoulders, chest, hips, legs, hamstrings, quads, calves, ankles. Everything is tying up. The migraines. Now, when I follow this, I think of the meridial points of the body, how energy channels through. So if there are blocks that are set up in spaces that we can call, traumatic instances, or just even how we're dealing with day-to-day life, those things can build up. And when they build up, it builds in rigidity into the body. There's not enough flow, stagnation sets in, and then you're in a quagmire of what this is and what that is. When you start to realize that when you're weighing your options, and your options are one of the lesser evils, you got to pull yourself out and really truly observe what it is that you're truly looking to seek. See, for myself, I'm going to share a little bit about my story. I always knew that there was more in life for me. Did I have the opportunity or the ability to go after it? Absolutely. 110%. Absolutely. It was me and my belief that made me think and feel that I was not I wasn't privileged. This was like a privilege for me to be able to do these things, right? You feel what I'm putting down? Can you understand what I'm saying? That we knock ourselves out of love, we knock ourselves out of connection, we knock ourselves out of true wealth because we feel that we have to go a linear way. The linear way is everything that is being taught in this 3D matrix right now of who we think we are, not who we really are. We're moving in a space where, they say mental health is on the rise, or people are retreating back to themselves because they can't deal. They don't understand. Every pain every anxiety trip, every muscular infraction of what's happening within is telling you that you have the utmost ability to be the best version of yourself now. We are being bombarded, and you hear it everywhere. Like, I watch YouTube. We all watch YouTube. We're all starting to see that these are things that it's coming out as a narrative now, that your wealth is attached to how you feel. Absolutely. There is something tangible about holding it in your hand and you're like, oh my God, yes, I am rich, or I feel wealthy. Well, decipher that word wealthy. What does wealthy mean? Do I feel good? Is it just me spending? Am I creating meaningful experiences? Am I so caught up in the spaces of who I think I am? Do I not realize that I have elevated past that? These are things that I want you to ask yourself. How is it that within my body, that you know that I can yo-yo, I can see the stress that's in front of me, my body fluctuates? I'm talking in general to everyone here. There is a reason for that. We think that, okay, I have to go to the gym, I have to change what I'm doing, I have to eat clean, I have to do all these things, and I have to put myself on a 21-day challenge, 6-week challenge, 8-week challenge, 3 months, whatever it is, and I'm just going to do that. But then when we find that when we put ourselves in those challenges, it's 2 weeks. 2 weeks where it'll show you, make you or break you. It's not, they say it's 21, but it's not that. It's a turnover. It's the cell turnover that you have to understand, that cycle. And it's 2 weeks, 14 days to really push yourself past that hurt, that rigidity of what you're looking to shift. A lot of us are going through so many mental challenges, and it is coming from within. They always say, go for it. When I finally went for it, this happened and that happened and blah, 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 blah. You hear the story over and over and over and over and over and over. And the same story is telling us that we have to be this to be this. And what I'm telling you is you got to learn how to ride those waves, whether it's the lesser evil, the good, or whatever it is. Too much light is too much darkness. Y'all know what happens in there. So when there is too much light and you're operating in too much light, I'll give you an example. You got a whole bunch of stuff going on up here. You have unresolved issues, unresolved past issues that you've gone through, unresolved past experience that you bring into your life. Yet you show up and you want to smile and laugh and blah, 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 blah. But when we do that, you bring out this sense of not necessarily being fake, but not dealing with what's inside. People can see it in your eyes. People can see when you're being true and genuine to yourself. You can have all the money in the world and still be that same person that you did not deal with. How is it that your relationships, are they working out for you? Your connectivity with people, are those working out? Are you able to move past these things? I was listening to a YouTuber, Garen Jones, when he first started, and he was definitely in Herbalife as well. I'm not sure if he's in it anymore, but I used to follow his stuff. And he came from a space of acting and modeling. He came from a space of living in his car. He came from a space of not having anything and being so far up his ego that he lost the connectivity with himself and his family and just with everything around him. Now, one thing that hit me hard is what he said. When you can make peace with the relationships that are around you, meaning your family, meaning past relationships where you can just say, okay, I see what this was, I honor you, and I release you. I don't backtrack, backpedal, or anything of the sort. It's cleaning and cleansing the energy. From my experience, of what I understood is that when we tell people our stories, we're clinging onto those stories, right? We're here, oh, share your story, share this, share that. Share what happened to you. We're sharing the trauma of it. And then in the spaces of sharing the trauma of it, we're reliving it. And we're not realizing how subtle that space is. So it puts you back, either you realize that you didn't get over it, or you realize that you probably have, and you're like, wow, I see myself in such a better light. Now, I spent some time with family over the weekend, and I saw some things. And I realized the reason why I had pulled back and the reason why I was being pulled back in again. And what I saw was something so profound, even in its darkest moments, something so profound. It will always show you what's really there. What is the lesson here, right? We always want to know where we come from. What is it coming back to self? Which is why, we'll go into a hole, we'll separate, we'll isolate, we do all these things because we want to understand what's going on inside. And instead of saying, okay, it's you, I need to go back in. I need to fix this. And in the fixing of this, all it really is understanding that you are worthy. And that what's in front of you is everything that you've asked for, good, bad, and the ugly. So be more intentional with what that is. You want wealth, okay? What does that look like? Can you see yourself 5 years from now with what that looks like? I've had to sit here and map out every single thing of what I see and pick one avenue of how this is going to work. And it is my voice. This is why we're talking about voice today. There are a lot of people who are experiencing thyroid issues, who are experiencing high blood pressure, and who are experiencing diabetes. 3-body problem: your throat, your heart, and your stomach, your pancreas. How you take the sweetness of life. How do I express myself from my heart, and do I feel sweet about it? Can I release these emotions by speaking up about how I truly feel? Can I see what's in front of me? Like, honestly see what's in front of me. Am I around people who keep me accountable? Can I keep them accountable? Right? Because it's always going to be a push and pull force. And in this push and pull force, that's duality that we live in. It literally meshes together. And when this mesh comes together, we can get lost in the sauce. So I'm going to leave you guys with some things here that you can actually use for yourself. Going away to the place where, my great-grandparents grew up, where they came from, understanding the oppression that they came through, knowing that my great-grandfather created something there in Jamaica, and being around politicians and people who are in high connections in that time frame of what he was actually doing for his family. We forget that we are connected somehow, that these spontaneous ideas, or what it is that we desire to do, you're not supposed to do it alone. You have a tribe. You have people who love you, who see you, who honor you. And when you listen and you observe as to what's being said, you understand more about yourself. So listening without the intent to reply, listening without the intent to defend, listening with the intent to understand where the other person is coming from. Because everything is perception. And in perception, everything shifts. Meaning that how I see something is not how you're going to see it, because I'm looking at it from another angle. I'm looking at it from my experiences, whether they're coming from a space of hurt or whether they're coming from a space of care, compassion, whatever that looks like, it's going to come from different lens. So I can sit here and be like, oh yeah, you have a problem, this and that, blah, blah, blah. And then on the other end, you can come around and say, well, no, you're the one with the issue. You did this, blah, 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 blah. And then when you realize when you're looking at it, we're both looking at it from both sides of the spectrum of what we desire. If I come in and have this pre-sense notion that the world is out to get me, people don't love me, I'm not lovable, I can't cultivate relationships, everything about me sucks, blah, 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 I'm worthless, I don't have this, I don't have that, and you come with all of these things, anything that's going to be said to you is going to be a projective space of that. So it really starts with the sense of state of being. 1, listening to what's being said. 2, state of being. Where is my state of being as I'm receiving this information? The universe, your spirit guides, whoever you believe, the energy that is on the other side of who you are is always going to show it, whether it's good, bad, or ugly. It's up to us to accept that space and say, okay, this is what I can do to shift. I have to humble myself and say, okay, there are some instances where, it's not even if I was right or wrong. It's what I knew at the time. And Jesus said it best, or Jesus, or Yeshua, or however you say it. Forgive them for what they do not know. And that is everything. There are people who are operating out here that do not know that they are behaving in a certain way that is not applicable to their growth. And it's almost as if the people around you are not going to say anything because they're so afraid of how you're going to take it. This is what I experienced this weekend. I understood, because I see myself as kind of like the black sheep of the family. I kind of disappeared at a very young age, not by choice. It was just something that happened. And I clung on to that space forever. And I realized when I was 30 years old, I had the mindset of a 17-year-old. And I said, okay, how can I shift this? Because I do not want to be a victim of my circumstance. And I'm telling you, it's all about state of being. It can come from someone else. It's an amplifier. You have to really feel that within you. And I'm here to tell you that in your deep, darkest moments of wherever you are and you feel like you can't see the other side, I want you to understand that you, where you are, you're perfect. You have to understand that you hold the ability to pull yourself out. It's not going to be anyone else. It's not going to be that, this person is not doing this for me or that person is not doing that. You have to see it for yourself. You have to see these things for where they are. 3, truth. 1, listening. Listening without the intent to reply. 2, state of being. Where am I operating? And 3, truth. Where and what is true? True does not care about feelings. True does not care about who's right or wrong. True cares about what's there. What is the truth? And sometimes the truth is hard for people to swallow. Like, okay, I want to lose 15 pounds or I want to lose 20 pounds, but I'm looking at myself in the mirror and I see that I'm fat, right? Or I see that I'm a little chunky. But I'm not getting into the space of, okay, I'm just going to keep buying the bigger clothes and keep eating and keep wanting to do the same stuff, but I'm sulking over and over about what it could be. I am holding that energy within. I'm not speaking up about it. I'm not speaking from my heart about it, so my feelings are not in it. And I'm not able to digest. I'm not able to feel the beautiful things in life of what's actually there. So with that being said, I'll hold myself back. I'll push everything away that was right in front of me. Everything that I've asked for, I'll push it away. Because I don't either feel worthy of it, or I don't trust it, or I'll put myself back into isolation. And the crazy part is that in the world that's around us, we think that it's all about time. They say time is your number one non-renewable resource, right? We're moving forward, quote unquote. Here's what I have to say about that. Time is not linear. It's a spiral concept. And it works through events, which is why when I can say to you, okay, well, what were you doing at this time and blah, 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 blah on September 11th? I'm going to remember because it's a significant day. My sister did this best. And I was like, wow, you just used a perfect representation of what memory is. We were driving down and we completely forgot where we were in Kingston, meeting family. And my sister saw the house and she's like, yeah, we need to go down this way. I remember yellow. My daughter loves yellow. And I know that this is where we're supposed to go down. Blah, 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 blah. She made it personal. She made it emotional. And in the emotion, it created the memory. Emotion, memory, programming. Programs data. And we translate that as memory when it's just data, right? Data can move fast, data can move slow. Wherever the frequency is, that vibration of that wave is going to translate. So, truth. Truth in everything of itself is talking about, can I be truthful with where I am? Meaning that I have to understand how I impact my world. I can't be looking at anyone else. I have to understand how I impact the world. I can sit here and tell you, oh yeah, you got haters here, you got haters there, don't worry about the people this, don't worry about that. No, I'm going to talk to you about you. Because in all actuality, we don't have haters. We have people who are distracted. We have people who feel that they can't achieve these things because they feel it within themselves. That's a really messed up place to be. And what we say is, oh, you're hating here, you're hating there, I'm just gonna whatever. You love people from a distance, even if they can't see it for themselves. Until they do, that's when it's your moment to be like, oh my God, you finally see it. But until they do, you have to understand that certain people's habits and patterns and behaviors, they can pull you back, whether they think that they're doing good. Pay attention to what you're observing. Are they practicing those very things that they're saying? Are they doing those very things that they're saying? Are they sporadic? Do they just move around and do whatever? Are they committed to their craft, their work? Do they focus on it every single day? Do they show up for themselves every single day in that way? Or are they just going through the mundane emotions? Is there an ounce of jealousy there? If there is, bounce. Because that means that that person or whoever it is not in the same space that you're in. They do not share the vision that you have. See, my sense of vision and where it comes from is oneness. To be able to operate in oneness. And this is the very thing that's caught me every single time, because everybody that I have exposed pure unconditional love to could not hold it. They could not hold that grasp of what love truly is. Love is a profound, compassionate force that so many of us who have been hurt feels like this is too good to be true. So I'm going to sabotage it, cut it, snatch it, kill it, whatever it is I got to do to be like, okay, I'm safe again. No. You just cut off what the universe keeps giving you, what you keep wanting. And you're not ready to receive it because you're not ready to deal with what's inside. And in the dealing with what's inside, it's all metabolic. Metabolic meaning that these shifts of what happens within our body, the toxins that we're releasing. Do you think that they don't have anything to do with your psyche? Let's say when we're sick or we're angry or we're going through the motions and they're like, okay, you have to learn how to transmute. You got to transmute this energy. Well, how the hell am I going to do that if I'm stuck in this space right now? That's why you need an accountability partner. Someone who really sees you, that can pull you out of the trenches and be like, hey, you going a little crazy right now. I need you to dial it back. You ever seen those Snickers commercials where they give their friend a Snickers and like you're a little hangry and then they shift? Yes. It's believing in the circle that you have around you that will say, hey, you're messing up. Hey, what are you doing? It works both ways. Being in a partnership, true partnership, is understanding relationship. And relationship is the good, the bad, and the ugly. It's never just good. Remember what I said, too much light, too much dark. You find the median. So when they say that, oh, the ego's this and the ego's that, and we got to kill the ego, not necessarily. You learn to work with it, but you don't let it work you. You know what I mean? So with that being said, understanding what you're hearing, you're observing, listening to what people are telling you, just listen to it, observe, take everything with a grain of salt. And be like, okay, I see how my energy is being influenced here, and I need to shift. Another thing, seeing is believing. Get into that state of being. Get into that state of being of, okay, I feel good about myself. I feel that I am worthy of what it is that I'm setting out into this world. I'm not here giving you guys another, okay, this is how you can grow your business. This is how you can do this. This is how, I'm going to provide these platforms to be able to do so. No, it's an actual thing of me telling you what you can do with your body. And that's coming soon. Last is the truth, understanding what the truth is. So listening, operating from that state of being, and understanding what the truth is. These three things These 3 things is what I've learned to operate from on a daily basis. And it's helped me to truly see where my faults are, how I see people, and how I can work with people. Because in all actuality, we are so scared of being hurt that we put up a wall before we even allow anything to come in. How do you get to know anything like that? You don't. You start from square one. Always. You'll always go back because you'll feel so hurt. And it wasn't even like that at all. The 4 agreements. Be impeccable with your word. Don't take things personally. Those 2 always stood out to me the most, because if I'm dealing with people on a daily basis, I can't take things personally. I also have to be impeccable with my word, mean what I say and say what I mean. And that means being confident in every word and everything that I'm saying. So going through the motions and the of what it is to be me, who I am in my emotional intelligence, helps me communicate with this world in a higher caliber. It's not just going and reading a book of how to talk like the 1% or how to do this or how to do that. It's embodying that space. And by embodying, that's where the true alchemy happens. We are alchemists. We know how to move through the elements that exist within our body. We just see them differently. They're being called different things. But they are exactly what they are right in front of you. And it's listening, being the receiver, state of being, and what you're putting out, truth. Alrighty guys, my name is Lalini. I am a quantum healing expert, and if you are interested in anything of what I've had to say today, I do offer soul sync sessions. In these sessions, I do a lot of light language. I do a little bit more than what you guys actually see here to get you on that space and that path of who you are, and I do it through your body. So you can always message me, email me, whatever it is, find a way, and let's chat. Let's talk about that. See if this is something for you. Thank you so much. Have a great day.